Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Urban Libertarian here. It's been a while, but something happened here. Project Veritas just released this investigation against CNN that's unequivocally proving that the whole Russia narrative is complete bullshit. Um, James O'Keefe, if you don't know, he's started Project Veritas. He was really instrumental in exposing Acorn. He came in was dressed like a pimp and had some said he had some illegal underage girls he was trying to prostitute, and they gave him money. It was a big fucking scandal. Um, anyway, he came out with this thing that's he got the CNN supervising producer, this guy over 15 years, and he's got him on camera saying some crazy ass shit. Um, so I just had to make a video about this, and I'm going to be showing some of the highlights of it. So I know people have short attention spans, so I'm going to just get right into it. So this is taken from Project Veritas, so I'm just going to go over the video. I'll leave a link to it. It's at their website. But this is James O'Keefe just explaining what's going on here and what they did, and let's get into it. It's fucking pretty crazy. If you have anybody that believes this Russia stuff, just please have them watch this video or the original or anything like it, the highlights at least. Even if somebody has like a 30-second highlight reel, because it's unbelievable.
Doing shit all the time.
Fake news. We start our American Pravda investigations inside America's media with part one, CNN. Our goal is to expose the real motivations behind the decision-making process at our dominant media corporations. Fake news. One story has monopolized President Trump's time in office like no other, especially on CNN. Russia. In fact, since the inauguration, CNN has mentioned Russia on their air nearly 16,000 times. So we sent our undercover reporters inside CNN to understand why, and to determine if CNN even believes that the story is even real. You're not going to believe what you're about to hear, or maybe you will. I'd like to introduce you to CNN's supervising producer, John Bonifield, in Atlanta.
Here we go.
So you believe like the Russia thing's a little crazy, right?
Even if Russia was trying to swing an election, we try to swing their elections. We're in our CIA and doing shit all the time. Like, we're out there trying to manipulate governments.
Now, there's some truth to that, and that's what I was saying before to everybody that was saying about this Russia crap, even though it was bullshit. And it doesn't justify it, but if you don't know, just look into, I think, I forgot, what was it, Project Haystack or something like that. It was where the CIA came and they interrupted, they put the Shahs in Iran. It was just a big fucking mess, and they have fake protests. I mean, come on. The CIA does a lot of bullshit around the world through their U.S. aid organizations. They start the fake, what was it, the whole Arab Spring. It's bullshit, you know. So he does have some truth, but it still doesn't excuse their fake bullshit news. But mind you, this is a CNN 15-year supervising producer, and this guy spills the beans.
Like, you win because you know the game and you play it right.
Talking about Hillary.
She didn't play it right.
Then why is CNN constantly like Russia this, Russia that?
Because it's ratings.
Because it's ratings?
Our ratings are incredible right now.
In the month of May, CNN...
Okay, so he's going off. So there it is. The reason they're doing this is because of journalism. They're doing it because of ratings. What a joke, right? And then look at this.
CNN's ratings were significantly higher than they were the year before. The Russia story and Trump have made CNN millions.
Because of
So my boss, I shouldn't say this. My boss, a couple days yesterday, we were having a discussion about
Your
this
boss
dental
is?
shoe. He's like, I just want you to know what we're up against here. And he goes, just to give you some context, President Trump pulled out of the climate accords, and for a day and a half we covered the climate accords, and the CEO of CNN said in our internal meeting, he said, good job everybody covering the climate accords, but we're done with it, let's get back to Russia.
the CEO?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So even the climate accords, he was like, okay, a day or so, but we're moving back to Russia.
Bonifield...
Wow. So that there you go from the top, because it's not about the truth, it's about ratings. I mean, duh, in case you didn't know. So for all you people who are going to this Russia, you have this fantasy of Trump getting kicked out. That's ridiculous. And watch, they have no, look at this. He admits that they have no ethics. Look at this.
Right?
Oh, it's a business. It's a business. People are like, the media has like an ethical, but all the nice cutesy little ethics that used to get talked about in journalism school, you're just like, that's adorable. That's adorable. Yeah, this is a business.
Look at this. And that's really sad. I mean, I don't know how, honestly, CNN should lose their FCC license, or I don't know if they're registered as a news organization, or if you even have to register as what kind of, if you're entertainment or sports or news. But damn, man, CNN, if something needs to happen, because this is ridiculous. They're just fake propaganda news, like I've been saying all along to everybody. This is a joke, right? But I've worked in a newsroom, and it's not just CNN. I mean, that's the whole thing, that they're doing it for ratings, and it's just news, right? So look at this. This came out, and I talked about this before. I already made a video about this, about the Harvard Kennedy School. There's evidence, right? Harvard, okay, that's legitimate, and they're obviously liberal, and they show, look at this. They did a study of the news coverage of the first 100 days of Trump, and look at this, 80% negative to 20% positive, right? So, and compared to Obama, and then he'll get into it later. He talks about that. But look at this. CNN had the most, 93% negative to 7% positive. NBC. So the reason they do it is because it's good. It's, in the whole Russia thing, is it's just like fan fiction or whatever. It gives people this like fantasy that Trump's gonna get, I don't know, impeached or whatever. And it's happening to my own family, and I see it to some of my friends, and I'm like, you guys, it's not gonna happen. And it's I feel bad, because they're gonna get let down hard when nothing happens. And in fact, as I've been saying, this whole investigation into Comey and Trump and Russia and all this bullshit, it's only gonna expose the other side, and that's what's going on. You've got Podesta's got to testify. Loretta Lynch is gonna have to testify now. I mean, holy shit. It's just blowing up in their face, and that's what happens, is when, if you're wrong, you're going to get judo moved, I guess. So let's keep going with this.
Especially cable news, Cable news isn't the New York Times, and it's not even like NBC News. I mean, NBC News still gets 20 million viewers a night. Cable news is getting 1 million.
So he even admits, like, cable news is, like, fucking bullshit. So he's just, like, basically comparing it to, like, they're saying it's almost like it's okay. It's like not even cable news isn't real news, is basically what he's saying, right? He's just comparing it to, like, tabloid. Like, it's like the Inquirer. There's people with YouTube channels that get more views than fucking CNN every night.
So, like, they gotta do what they gotta do to make their money, I think.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make your money.
So I love the news business, but
the news business. Yeah, because it's not about teaching.
I find it so
I'm
fascinating.
very cynical about it. At the same time, so are most of my colleagues.
Right, and then he goes on, look at this, right around here, he talks about how...
Agenda.
They talk about how they scrutinize Trump, but they don't, because they know they're catering to the liberals, and there's no way they would have scrutinized Obama.
Of the organization.
I think that there are a lot of liberal CNN viewers who want to see Trump really get scrutinized, and I think if we would have behaved that way with President Obama and scrutinized everything that he was doing with as much scrutiny as we applied to Donald Trump, I think our viewers would have been turned off.
See? So there it is, right? And the proof's here. Look at this. That's what they're catering to. They're not telling you the truth. They're just catering to what people's fantasies, what the butt-ass hurt liberals they're crying about. And you know what's interesting? Where was the tone of news coverage? Immigration. They showed this where Fox News, they're the most fair and balanced one, even proof through science. But look at this. The tone of news coverage, positive 63, right? But wow, Washington Post, where was it? There was another one that I wanted to find. Anyway. But yeah, so they're just totally catering to their audience, and they're not there. It's like, it's just sad because news isn't there to give you information, and James O'Keefe talks about that at the end. But yeah, obviously it's obvious they didn't bust Obama's balls as much as Trump's, and they should have. And it's all about ratings. I mean, that's sad. You've got to hunt your news out, guys. You can't just, it's so manipulated. I've worked in the industry. I've seen it. I've experienced it. And it's just a fucking joke. It's the news business is what it is. Well, let's continue here.
I think they would have thought like we were attacking him, but I think our viewers right now, and I'm not saying all of our viewers are like super liberals. Right. I think there's just a lot of them, and
so Trump's good for business. You're saying
Trump is good for business, right?
Okay, and then here they go, and they just say the whole fucking Russia thing's just bullshit.
Could be bullshit. I mean, it's mostly bullshit right now. Like, we don't have any big giant proof. But then they say, well, there's still an investigation going on. And you're like, yeah.
See?
I don't know. If you're finding something,
he knows that he's selling the bullshit. He's the producer. Then why are they making it? Obviously, it's just because I don't know you who are watching this, but the dumbass people that really actually like watching it, I'll watch CNN once in a while on the internet stream or whatever just to see what the fuck crazy shit they're saying, right? But they just know that they're just feeding you bullshit, and they know it. He's like, oh yeah, it's hopeless. That's really sad. Fuck CNN, just no credibility. You guys honestly should just go off the air. Just go away.
No, the way these leaks happen, they'd leak it. It'd leak. If there was something really good, it would leak.
Yeah. It would have leaked before voting, I would say. If anything was good out there, it would have came out already.
Yeah, the leaks keep leaking, and there's so many great leaks, and it's amazing.
Trump is right.
I just refuse to believe that if they had something really good like that wouldn't leak, because we've been getting all these other leaks. So I just feel like they don't really have it, but they want to keep digging.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the president is probably right to say, like, look, you are witch hunting me. Like, you have no smoking gun. You have no real proof.
No real.
Oh my God, CNN. Oh my God, how can you guys survive this? The heat's already on you guys because you had that fake Russia story. You had to retract. Well, not just that one, but the most recent one that had that whole Kushner connection with Russian banks and all this bullshit. They had to retract that. 3 people just fucking quit. Wow. And it's just, he's even saying it's right that it's a witch hunt. Then why are you guys reporting this fucking bullshit? Why? So I'm just going to let James O'Keefe say this at the end. Look at this. He sums it up better than I can. It's like right here at the end. Look at this. He just sums it up. He tells him, hey man, you guys are on fucking notice. I like it.
Investigations continue. Every dishonest television network, newspaper, and social media company is now on notice. You're being watched. We're coming after you. And while the whole broken, rotten media machine may not come tumbling down, maybe they'll wake up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's not just CNN. It's not just CNN that's doing this. And we have proof through the Harvard study. Tone of news coverage, 93% negative. NBC, same fucking shit. CBS, I mean, you want to split fucking hairs, 91 to 93. New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street fucking Journal, Fox, 52 to 48. They actually cover, this is the one I was looking for on U.S. News. They're actually more negative for the first 100 days than they are positive. Right? If you ask people on the street, this is what I said in my first video I made about this, right? People go, oh my God, Fox News sucks fucking Trump's dick, right? They think you'd be like this way, right? 93 in the green and 7% in the negative, right? For Fox, but they're actually more negative technically than they were positive. I mean, shit, that's pretty fair, not compared to this fucking bullshit. And I don't know, I'm sure Fox is getting good news, but the main point is beware of fake news. Guys, beware of this fucking bullshit. And Project Veritas says this is just part 1. I mean, they just fucking nailed CNN, and I mean, they can honestly just do the same thing to any other of these bullshit fake news outlets. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you liked it, you can subscribe. That'd be awesome. I make random periodic videos. This one I just had to fucking do. Thanks for watching.